Tree with Rockin' G Farm. Today we're starting our orchard on Rockin' G Farm, and I've got my little helper here. I'm starting with peach trees, and I am planting an Alberta peach today. The Alberta peach does not have to have a pollinator, but if you do have another pollinator with it, it will increase the production. So what I'm doing right now, as you can see, I've been digging a hole, and yes, we have the little holder because he's going to be my garden helper this year. We're making a hole that is going to be 2 times the size of the original pot that the tree is coming in. So this is not a dwarf species. It's going to be about 25 feet tall and 20 to 30 feet wide. So it's going to be a very large tree. But that's what we're doing. We're going to plant our orchard right here along the edge of the chicken run. And so this whole area here is going to have all of our orchard. It's going to be close enough to the house so we can come out, but yet not close to the house so that it gets the leaves and debris from the trees onto the house. Okay guys, we've got the hole dug for our tree. I'm going to do now, since we have some clay soil, I'm going to add garden gypsum to that. That's a calcium additive, and it will help break down the clay soil so that the roots of this tree will be able to grow easier into the ground. I am also going to be mixing some tree and shrub garden soil in with the original soil that we dug out of the hole, and so that's what we're going to do now. So my soil has lots of rocks in it, so what I'm doing, I've got my worm composting bed that has the hard wire on the bottom, and I'm just going to pour the bucket of soil in here so it'll catch all the large rocks, so it's not going to go back down into my hole, and it'll have more aeration in the soil for my tree. See that now? Look at all those rocks that I saved from going in the hole with my soil.
I saved a lot of rock. I saved a lot of rock out of there.
Yeah, a lot of rock to go in there. It doesn't look that rocky until you start doing this. Where do you want me to put these rocks? Over there?
I'd put them up against the edge of the fence.
Fence line down. You got it? Brett was like, what the heck was that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's so much better. Saved a lot. So let's go ahead and get some of the tree, shrub, garden soil in it.
Okay.
Now this has a 9-month slow release fertilizer in it. And it also has a moisture retention in it. Hey, I'm good.
Going full.
Come look at that soil. that sifter. That looks awesome. I'm just gonna add some in here, and I'm gonna mix it all up. And this is gonna help that oil, that soil to aerate and make sure it has good nutrients in it. And with us sifting that soil, it is so much more light and fluffy now. That's good. Yeah. You always want to make sure that you do what you can on the front end to try to help your plants have the best start of growing when you plant them in. So always do what you have to do to get your soil amended, and that way it'll give you a better outcome for your plants. You can see that the roots are kind of just bound a little bit. So what you do when they do that, when they're like that, you don't need to plant any plant with their roots bound like that, because they'll continue to grow in that circle and they won't spread out and give you a good healthy plant. So all I'm going to do is score on several different areas the roots, so that they will realize that they can grow in another direction other than a circle. Okay, now I'm going to put my root ball in my hole and see where the top of the root ball lays. So it's a little too deep. It needs to be at least level with the edge of the ground, or at least 1 inch higher than the edge of the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and push some more of this soil that I pushed to the edge. I'm going to put that down into the bottom. Fan it out a little bit and see if that raises it up any. That look good?
Pretty close.
Perfect to me. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to continue to make some more soil and mix the original soil with my trees and shrub garden soil, and we'll get this planted in the ground.
No.
Okay, so I've mixed some more of the original soil, and we sifted it out and got some rocks out of it, and then I added some of the tree and shrub garden soil, and so we've got it like a 50-50 mix. So it's the original soil and the tree and shrub soil. I can't talk today. So I'm just going to go ahead and add it around my tree, and it looks like I might have to actually mix some more up, but this is how I'm doing it, just to make sure that it's good and incorporated with everything. Yep, I'm gonna have to do another bucket. Okay guys, as you can see right here, I've got my peach tree in the ground right there. I did make a little bitty water basin around it because we're fixing to water it in. I am also going to be sprinkling some gypsum around the outside edge of this, just to help to break down the soil and help it to stay not so hard like the clay that we have. So that's what we're doing now. Okay, we're gonna get the water. Okay. Did I spray him?
Almost.
I almost got my grandson wet. Okay, I'm gonna let that soak in for just a little bit, and then I'll come back and put some more watered again. But right now I'm gonna get all of my buckets and everything out of the way because we are going to try to protect this from the cows so they don't eat it. So here we go. Okay guys, the peach tree is in the ground and watered in. We did put a hay ring around it so that the cows can't get in it because we don't have this area where we're doing our orchard fenced in yet. As soon as we get some more trees, we're going to be going across this line right here on the other side of the chicken run with our orchard. But since this is the first one we have, we just went ahead and said let's get it in the ground and get it going, and that's the most important thing. So what I did go through, if you can see here, I went around the hay ring with chicken wire, and then I used zip ties to hold it in just because they're going to be curious at first and I don't want them to get in there and start nibbling on my tree. So I went ahead and put that on there, and there's nothing in there that they're going to want to eat. They're just going to come and realize that they can't get through this, and then they'll go ahead and go back over there to the other ones where they need to eat the hay. Well guys, thanks for joining me in this video today, and make what you have beautiful.